Come one, come all, it's happening again. The retro vibes begin. Let's go. It is old school April time. And if you don't know what old school April is, I'm here to tell you. So, after this quick intro, we'll get into all things nostalgia and retro. Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome back to my channel, Literary Love 123, where you'll usually find me reading, analyzing, and discussing horror through a literary lens. Now that you know who I am, let's talk about what Old School April is and who started this amazing event. So, Old School April is an annual readathon, watchathon, activity-a-thon, good time of community building experience created and hosted by the wonderful Kelsey from Kelsey's Nostalgic Life. I'm going to link Kelsey's channel down below, and I'm also going to link her Old School April 2026 announcement video so you can get all the details on the co-host, their book recommendations, their movie recommendations, and also all of the prompts. This is the most flexible and customizable event that I've ever been a part of. You can do the prompts if you want. You can also just mood read, mood watch, mood activity, however you want to put that, and you will probably have no problems getting anything that you do to fit into the prompts. So for my plans today, I'm just going to talk about what my main goals are for Old School April this year. Now, first of all, this does not mean that what I talk about today is all I'm going to do, because that is absolutely not the case. There will be a lot of things I do in April that will definitely count towards prompts. So another thing I do want to mention before I go any further too is that this year for Old School April, not only can you choose a team to be on if you want to be competitive, but there is also a team specifically for anyone who wants to join Old School April but does not want to keep up with points or be competitive. So you can find out more details about that again during Kelsey's announcement video, which, as I said, I'll link down below. But I have chosen to be on a competitive team, and my choice is Record Store Rockers, because back in the day, you could find me in the record store checking out all the latest rock albums that I needed to have in my collection. And I still love music to this day. So, Record Store Rockers, that calls my name. Be sure that you pick a team, sign up, get on the competitive team. Don't get on the competitive team. It's whatever you want. So now I'm very excited. So I'm sorry, my hands are going everywhere. I'm animated. I'm probably rambling in some parts, but this is just how excited I am to talk about Old School April. So I'm going to start with the books I plan to read and the prompts that they fit. And you can double dip prompts. So as you'll see when I start going through my plans for Old School April, you'll see how you can use one book, one movie, one activity that can count as more than one point. So again, Kelsey does a great job of explaining that. And then you'll also get links when you join to specific sheets I just printed, but this will give you the prompts. It'll give you directions on how to submit your points if that's something you want to do. So the first book I want to talk about that I'm planning to read for Old School April is Teenage Girls Can Be Demons by Haley Piper. And I got this from a Nightworm subscription, so that's what you see falling out here. Um, so Teenage Girls Can Be Demons. It fits the following prompts. The neon prompt, which is, as you can imagine, to read a book with neon colors on the cover. Some of the other prompts that teenage girls can be demons fits. I'm just going to have to pull this sheet up so I don't forget any. And let's see. It also fits the Catherine O'Hara prompt, which is to read a book written by a woman or with a female main character. It also fits the prompt Rainbow Bright to read a book by an LGBTQ plus author. So I think that's the only prompts from my quick glance earlier today that it fits. But as you can see, that's 3 prompts that it fits right there. So the next book I want to talk about is Sacrificial Animals by Kaylee Peterson. Look how pretty that is. So it fits the prompts to read a book featuring an animal or creature on the cover or story. It also fits the prompt to read a book written by a woman or with a female main character. And it also fits the New Kids on the Block prompt, which is to read a new to you author or genre. So Kaylee Peterson is a new to me author. So the next book I want to talk about is one I've already started reading, but I will definitely still be reading it in April, and that is Dark Scenes from Damaged Earth, the Gothic Anthropocene, which is edited by Justin D. Edwards, Rune Grolland, and Johan Hugland. So this fits the prompt for reading a nonfiction book, which I love. The prompt name is Microfiche. And side note, I am an absolute sucker for a book or movie that features someone having to go to the library and use microfiche, because back in the day when I was in college, that's what I had to use to do research. There were no computers, and there was no internet as we know it today. So anytime microfiche is on the table, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, here we go, microfiche. Okay, so yeah, that's what this one fits. All right. So I have an audiobook that I'm going to be listening to, and I'm super excited because it is by one of my favorite authors, the incredible Tananarive Due. And the audiobook I'm going to listen to is The Wishing Pool and Other Stories. So this fits the prompt reading Rainbow, to read a book by a diverse author or a book with a diverse cast of characters. It also fits the prompt Catherine O'Hara, to read a book written by a woman or with a female main character. And I think that's it for that particular book. I think that's the only prompts. So the next book I want to talk about, I will be getting in physical form. It comes out on my birthday, which is April 14th. And it is by one of my favorite authors who I had the wonderful opportunity to meet when I moderated a panel that included this author, Gwendolyn Keist, and Lindy Ryan and Sarah Tantlinger. And huge shout out to Jason White over at Jason's Weird Reads. And he is the one who gave me that opportunity to moderate that panel of incredible women. So Gwendolyn has a birthday. Sorry, Gwendolyn. Well, she does have a birthday. Gwendolyn has a book coming out on my birthday, and that book is The Haunted Houses She Calls Her Own. So, of course, I have pre ordered it, and it's going to be here in its physical form. So, it'll show up later on my OSA vlogs that I plan to do. Then, the next book I want to talk about is also one that I will be getting. Is actually arriving later today, but I just wanted to go ahead and film this video. But this also fits the read a nonfiction book. And the book that I'm talking about now is Reading Tea Leaves, written by A. Highland Sear. So it's an older book. So I don't think know the author of this book, because A. Highland Sear is obviously kind of a what do you call it, pseudonym, because maybe this person didn't want to be discovered for reading tea leaves and practicing divination in that way. But I'm very excited to learn how to read tea leaves. So I think that's all the books I have specifically planned out, which again is not to say that I won't be reading other books. Now let's move on to movies. So one of the prompts is being John Malkovich. Watch a weird movie. I have 3 movies lined up for this prompt, and all of them are David Lynch films. So weird goes with the territory. The 3 films are Lost Highway, Wild at Heart, and Inland Empire. So if you're curious, I am currently doing a personal curriculum course titled A Deep Dive into David Lynch. So this will be a continuation of that course. I have already watched Twin Peaks seasons 1 and 2. I am currently watching Twin Peaks The Return. I've already watched Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me. I've already watched Eraserhead, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive. I have read The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer. I have also read The Secret History of Twin Peaks. And I should say The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer is written by Jennifer Lynch, who is David's daughter. And The Secret History of Twin Peaks is written by Mark Frost, who is the co-creator, along with David Lynch, co-creator of Twin Peaks. So any of that too, if you haven't read those yet, or if you feel like doing a reread or rewatch, those would also fit well for Old School April. And I will link my personal curriculum video down in the description box below in case you're interested in finding out more about that. So the next prompt that I plan to watch a movie for is The Princess Bride. Watch a Rob Reiner movie. So I plan to watch Stand By Me, which of course is the movie that is the adaptation of Stephen King's short story, The Body. One of my favorite movies, and that movie screams nostalgia and retro vibes to me because I was obsessed with that movie as a kid. In particular, obsessed with River Phoenix, and may he rest in peace. Popcorn. Watch a movie released before 2007, also known as a movie that's at least 20 years old. Thanks for making us feel old, Kelsey. So the movie I plan to watch for the popcorn prompt is Scream, the OG. And this is really fitting because I had already planned to do this in April. So one of my older daughters and I, she and her husband, and then Tim and I, we are going to get together once a month and watch a horror movie and have themed snacks and drinks to go with it. So the first time, April 25th is when we're going to do it the first time. So I will plan also to vlog that in my OSA vlog. So I told Laurel, that's my daughter, I said, you pick first. And she picked Scream for us to watch. And she found Jiffy Pop at the store. So now we get to make Jiffy Pop and watch Scream and have other related snacks and related drinks. So once a month, we are doing that movie theme night together. And it'll be my turn to pick in May. And I haven't narrowed mine down yet, but I will be soon. Okay, so another movie I plan to watch is It, the 2017 It. But I may also, depending on time, I may go back also and watch the mini series for It with the incredible Tim Curry as Pennywise. So watching It will fit 2 prompts: E.T., which is to watch a Kids on Bikes movie, and The Warriors, which is to watch a movie featuring a group or gang. So the Losers Club, of course. Then another prompt that I am planning to do is In the Heat of the Night, which is a BIPOC cast or director. So for that prompt, I plan to rewatch Get Out because that is one of my favorite movies. And I also plan to rewatch Sinners because Sinners it's a masterpiece. What else can you say? Just amazing movie. Happy Birthday to Me. Watch a movie released the year you were born. And that movie for me is Jaws, which I usually watch on July 4th. And I'll watch it on July 4th too. I don't care that I'm watching it in April. I'll watch it again in July. I will watch Jaws anytime. Black Sunday, a black and white movie. So Psycho is on my list, and also Psycho will be a rewatch for me. I can't even imagine how many times I've seen it. But I would also like to watch a movie that I've not watched before, which is A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. But I don't know if I want to watch that now or save it until a particular readathon that I'm going to host, which is called Nocturnal November, but you'll get more details about that later. So just be on the lookout for Nocturnal November. All right, Rocky, watch a movie released in the 70s or earlier. I want to rewatch The Stepford Wives. And then The Fifth Element, watch a sci-fi movie. So I'm going to dip back into the Aliens franchise. I rewatch Alien and Aliens on a regular basis. So I probably, even though that's my favorite two in the whole franchise, I probably won't rewatch those, but it has been a long time since I watched the rest of the movies in the franchise. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, is to watch the third Alien and on after that. VHS tape, watch a host recommendation. So I plan to watch The Ninth Gate, which is host Elizabeth Sagewood's recommendation. And I will link Elizabeth's channel down below too. But The Ninth Gate is a movie that has been on my to be watch list for years. And I, for some reason, have not gotten around to it. So now is as good a time as any. And then Kelsey has a movie club, and her movie club movie is In the Mouth of Madness, starring Sam Neill. I have watched this movie again, like Psycho. I don't know how many times. I love this movie, but I'm happy as always to watch it again. So I plan to do that too. Now let's go to TV watching prompts. So watch any TV show, 1 point per episode watched. So I will not be finished watching Twin Peaks: The Return. I'm just on episode 4, and I think there are 18 episodes in The Return. So I will still be doing that throughout the month of April. And then Tim and I never watched Dexter. So we are planning to watch Dexter. Right now, Tim and I are watching Hannibal because we never got around to watching that TV show. And I don't know why, because I love Silence of the Lambs and everything about it. So I don't know why we're like years afterwards finally watching Hannibal, but we're in season 2 on episode 7 or 8. 7 or 8. And so we will be finishing watching that. So that's probably also going to go continuing on into April too. Let me see what is up next. That's all the movies, but there will be watch party movies. You can find out, again, all of that kind of detail from Kelsey's announcement video. But I will also be attending some of the old school April watch party. So I don't know, what all movies are going to be shown there. So that's also going to give points for the movie and for that activity. So now we are on to activity prompts for Old School April 2026. So I'm not going to read off all the activity prompts and everything that I'm going to do for these activities, because a lot of them are like super quick and simple, probably things that you do and I do on a regular basis, but just some of the specific activities I plan to do. So one of them, the prompt is visit the sweet shop, consume any nostalgic snack or beverage, and you're limited to 10 total of these for the month. but my nostalgic snack and beverage that I know I'm going to make is lime sherbet with ginger ale. That's something my mom used to fix when we were, when my sister and I were kids, or my friends would come over. And it's very simple, just lime sherbet with ginger ale, but it was so delicious to us then. So that definitely takes me back to that time period. Another prompt is visit the music store, listen to 12 nostalgic songs. And also, there's a prompt visit the music store, watch 12 nostalgic music videos. And you get a one time submission limit on those. But I know I'll definitely be watching some Prince videos and listening to Prince music, and definitely be listening to some music and watching videos from The Cure. Now, I will do other artists too, but those are the two that I know I want to get to. So, another prompt that I'm planning to participate in is visit the pet store, which is to do something outside, like go for a walk, visit a park, sit by a tree. And I go on walks regularly. So, that's something I will already be fitting in. And I have a lot of trees in my yard, and I do sit outside of my yard. So, sitting by a tree, no problem. I'll be doing it anyway. Then we have visit the accessory store, and that is to visit a nostalgic locale, a, nos- a nostalgic locale like a mall, library, arcade, thrift store, roller rink, those kind of things. So I will visit a library. Again, something that I'm going to be doing anyway, and visit the food court. That is, make a nostalgia themed recipe. So I want to make my mom's chicken pot pie. I did that recently and it is so delicious. So I'm just looking for another reason to make that nostalgic chicken pot pie recipe. So I'm definitely doing that. So that is a glimpse into what I'm doing for Old School April. I would love to know if you're participating in Old School April. What team are you on? What are your plans for Old School April? If you're watching and you've never heard of Old School April, let me know that too. And let me know if I have piqued your interest and you would like to participate in this wonderful event. So be sure to check out all of the links down in the description box below. And I want to say a huge, huge thank you to everyone watching. And I would appreciate it if you would hit like, comment, subscribe so you can hear me sing. No, I will try not to sing very much. You can hear me, excuse me, blabbing about books, movies, and life. And I will see you in the next video. Happy reading, and thank you for